Thank you for coming by. This is the American Project. Please be sure to like and subscribe. We need subscribers to hit that 1,000 mark we're pushing for. We need just a little over 300. Okay, Trump appeals the $454 million ruling in a New York fraud case. Former President Donald Trump on Monday officially began the process of appealing a historic $454 million judgment against him in his New York civil fraud case, a figure that is growing by more than $100,000 in interest every day. In order to qualify for an automatic stay of the judgment as the appeals proceeds, Trump must fork over the entire amount as bond, known in the New York civil court system as an undertaking. Well, I'd say so. A big one at that. Trump has not posted the bond, according to a spokesperson for New York Attorney General Letitia James. The spokesperson declined to comment on the appeal. Trump attorney Clifford Roberts summarized the issues Trump and other defendants will press on appeal in a pair of notices filed Monday morning. They have asked the Appellate Division, First Department, part of New York's second highest court, to consider whether Judge Arthur Engoron committed errors of law and or fact, abused his discretion, and or acted in excess of his jurisdiction when overseeing the case. Well, I'd say so. That's like absolutely crazy. We all know why they're doing it. In addition to the massive financial sanction, Engoron's February 16th decision enjoined the defendants from seeking loans from any financial institution registered with New York State for 3 years. So I wonder how he's going to get the cash. If he needs to borrow it, it's not going to be from someone in New York. I did not know that. He also barred Trump and 2 executives from serving on the board of directors of any company in the state for the same amount of time, and imposed the same penalty on his sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, for 2 years. The ruling called for the installation of an independent director of compliance at the Trump Organization and continued oversight by an independent monitor. In other words, a snitch. He has to pay for the snitch, too, to be there for his company to run. But his 2 top executives were canned, and they can't do business in New York ever again, from what I understand from an article I read. So there's him, which is 3 years, and then his 2 sons got 2 years each, and then their 2 top executives are out of there. They can't do anything. Trump and the defendants are appealing all sanctions in Engoron's ruling. Quote, "We trust that the Appellate Division will overturn this egregious fine and take the necessary steps to restore the public faith in New York's legal system," unquote. Coming from Trump attorney Alina Habba said in a statement to CBS News. Engoron's 92-page ruling was one of the largest corporate sanctions in New York history. The judge found that Trump and others were liable for a decade of frauds that, quote, "leap off the page and shock the conscience," unquote. We can't tell you what it is, though. Apparently that's a secret. He ordered $354 million in disgorgement, the amount of ill-gotten gains they made through a scheme to use fraudulent valuations of properties and Trump's net worth to land favorable loans and insurance terms. Now, here's the funny thing about that. The bank is the one that said how much it was worth. Trump had no choice but to go by what they said, so this just makes no sense. When you look into this, it's like really ugly. It's nasty. That figure jumps more than $100 million with years of interest factored in. Experts say it is unlikely Trump will be able to use funds from his presidential campaign to cover any of the judgment. Their complete lack of continuation or of contrition and remorse borders on pathological, Engoron wrote. They are accused only of inflating asset values to make more money. The documents prove this over and over again. Engoron concluded that Trump and other defendants submitted blatantly false financial data to accountants who compiled financial statements based on those falsehoods that were submitted to lenders and insurers. Once again, the lenders had to confirm those numbers, and they had to do their own estimates. So it's just crazy. Now, Judge Engoron and the Attorney General, Letitia James, are indeed Democrats. So are everyone involved in this mess. And there was no There was no jury in this trial. It was just Engoron and Letitia James. I don't know how they can possibly do that, but they did it. When confronted at trial with the statements, the defendants, fact and expert witnesses simply denied reality, and defendants failed to accept responsibility or to impose internal controls to prevent future recurrences, Engoron wrote. So they made it so they can't get a loan, they can't do business, and they owe $450-something million with the interest and all that. It's just absolutely crazy. $454 million. And it's increasing by $100,000 every day. Oh boy, I don't know where this is headed, but it's getting really ugly. And there you have it. Thanks for coming by. Please be sure to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and have a great day. God bless.